So I finally bought a new red light therapy device, the Hogga torch. In this episode I'm going to talk about what it is and if it's worth your money. I just want to clarify a few things. This is not a sponsor video. I have a 10% discount code only because I had this fundraise for the prostate cancer fund. Now, I've been talking about that I'm donating 90% of the money for the prostate cancer fund, but recently I decided to donate everything. I'm not keeping a cent. That is the reason why I have the discount code. It's not for my own purpose. So this is actually something I bought because I was very curious about it. So before I pop up the box, I want to show you on the Hogga's webpage what actually catch my eye, why I felt so interesting with this product. So I went into hoggahealth.com and they have this flick or menu with red light therapy, and they have a special session for specialized red light therapy. And they have like full body pods, they have mask, belts, a mini panel. They even have like a therapy for the knee, and I found that really interesting because I was reading about that too, and they have like a massage thing in it and it delivers red light. Very unusual solutions here. But I found this one, the Hogga torch. So I started to read about this product, and what they are declaring here is that it is designed for treat small areas on the face. It is up in the nose, around the mouth and around the ears, and they are talking about cold sores and other kind of injuries on your face. But that doesn't mean that you can't use it on other parts on the body. And some of the key factors that I found really interesting was that they actually have wavelength between 460 nanometers. That is the wavelength for blue light. And I know I'm stepping into the holy grail now for some of you, but it actually there are actually a lot of studies that should suggest that blue light has a better efficiency to treat different skin conditions than red light, such as acne and psoriasis. I don't know if you are saying that in English, psoriasis in Swedish. I will put the right name on here on text so you can see what I mean. And other skin conditions too. I think I've been reading some article that suggests that blue light actually can treat skin cancer better than red light. But I think some of these studies you should take with a grain of salt. But moving on, they have the 630 nanometers, 660 nanometers, they are well known, and then 850 nanometers. And that is about what I have in my own panel, my big panel. The next step here is the 940 nanometers, and that is something that gets me very interesting because that is not a wavelength I have on my panel. So I think 940 nanometers wavelength is really interesting because I've been reading a lot of studies that is over 900 nanometers that has positive effect for all from muscle healing to bone healing to treating arthritis, joint pain relief, you name it. There are a lot of different studies around this wavelength, so I was really interested to buy this. So that was actually the things that made me really interesting. Now, I don't have any problems with my face. I maybe have some small spots that I maybe want to try to treat with blue light, and I think maybe my wife is interesting to use this. But I think the idea to have a small device at the living room and not have this mini panel and disturb the others when they are watching television was very appealing to me. So that was the reason why I bought it. So let's take a look in the case. So this is what you get in a travel bag. You get a charger, a pair of protecting glasses, the torch and an adapter for that, the user guide, 2 pair of batteries. The reason why I don't see 2 batteries right now is because the other one is in the device. And I think that it's really good that you get 2 pair of batteries. I was actually surprised that you got loose batteries for it, because I was almost certain the battery should be integrated in the device. But now I've been playing around with it and been using it. I think it's very smart because when you're using the one battery, you can put the other one on charging, and therefore you will not stand there if you're really in need to use it. So I think that was a quite smart solution from Hooga. As you can see, it has a silver button. You just push it and you can jump between the different features. This is a pulsing mode. So every wavelength has a pulsing mode. So just by clicking it, you are jumping over to the next light and wavelength. So I think that is a very easy way to maneuver between in the menu system. Now the torch, I think that was something I was a little bit surprised. You have to just take off the ring here and you push screw on the adapter and you take the torch and press it down like that. So they have like this rubber thing on it. I think it's only because they wanted to protect the lens. On the webpage, they are suggesting that you can use it for around the mouth and the ear and even the nose. I don't know if I want to put this up in my nose, but that is what the webpage are suggesting. And when I'm starting the device, I can understand why this is a much more better choice if you want to treat small areas, especially if you want to do a more precise area on the face. And as I mentioned before, that the blue light actually can treat other skin condition than the red light. So I think this is a very good solution for you guys who want to do a treatment on your face for different skin conditions. But I am more into this one, that when you don't have the torch on it and use it just like this, because I have small areas on the body and I'm very curious to use the 940 nanometers wavelength on just precise areas where I feel like my panel doesn't really reach out to treat, such as a small area on my neck. So that is actually the main reason why I bought this from the beginning. So before I jump into if it's worth your money or what I'm going to use it for, I just want to say that I'm positive surprised on the delivery time. They had like an option that you can pay the express delivery, so you got it just after a few days after you order it. It took only 11 work days for me to get it here in Sweden, and that is surprisingly quite fast. And I have another experience with Infraredi. It took them almost 1 month before I got that panel. So you know guys how it is. You order a product and you just want to get it the next day. And the reason why I didn't pay the extra money was because I found it a little bit ridiculous to pay, like, I don't know how much it was to pay extra for it, but the product itself is so cheap. So I was thinking like it's not worth to pay that money to get it a few days earlier or so. And it was stuck in the custom for about 2 days, so it took actually 13 days for me to get it here in my house. But that is more about the post office here in Sweden. That sucks, but that's a different story. Now, when it comes to what I'm gonna treat this for, it is maybe a small areas on the face. I have small spots that has been improving ever since I started use red light therapy, but I'm very interested to use the blue light on those spots. And I have some other injuries on my body that I have been treating. Some areas I think that I can't really get a good aim on it when I'm standing in front of the panel. So I guess that I can get more precise and focused treatment with this device. Another thing I just want to say with this type of devices is that it is the size. You can use it very discreet in the living room without disturbing the rest of the family. And that is something I think is really good, that you can treat a small areas and watch television with your family without disturbing someone. And that is something that is the downside with a big panel, is that you are walking from the television and you do a treatment for around 10 to maybe 30 minutes and you're away from your family. So that is also a plus side, that you can do small treatments in the living room with your family. So is the Hogga torch worth your money? Well, that is a hard question for me to answer. I don't know your financial situation, but for my situation, I guess that $149 is not that big deal. As I mentioned, I have a discount code for this. You just type in Philip and you will get 10% discount, and 100% of the money will be donated to the Prostate Cancer Fund. And you can even click on the link down below and you will get the discount code automatically in your shopping cart. But anyway, what I think is worth, I think this is worth trying out. Even if you're buying a mini panel, I guess that it will not be as precise as this solution. So I guess if you have special small areas on your body that you want to treat, I guess this is one of the best solutions out there. So when it comes to the expectation with results, I don't know what to expect. I've been only using this for around 2 days now. I will try to use it almost every day. The user guide are telling you that you're just gonna use it for like a few minutes, not as much as the big panel. And another thing I also want to say, that if you have a big panel and you're starting to use this torch, you will probably get a little bit disappointed, almost questionized if it's working, because you are used to standing in front of a panel like me with 240 LED lights. That will heat up the body much more faster than this small torch. So I think you shouldn't be afraid of that. But that was the first feeling I got when I started to use this, was that it doesn't work. But after like 40 or 40 seconds, I was starting to feel the heating feeling. So guys, that was all about the Hogga torch. Hopefully you found some value in this video, and if you haven't done it yet, hit the like button, always appreciate that. And for you guys who are new on this channel, don't forget to subscribe so you will not miss the next video. Take care. Bye!